you to repeat those numbers again. And when you say radical, are you talking about specifically in the Islamic space, or are you talking about communists and the red-green axis, or how would you characterize the radicals that you're
That's a good
focusing on?
question. The radicals we're talking about are primarily probably about 95% Islamists, so directly in the Muslim space. But there are a few fellow travelers that work so closely with Islamists that we included them in there as well.
So the numbers again?
$164 million to radical organizations, and of those, $122 million went to terror-linked groups.
And are some of these recipients of this taxpayer largesse, shall we say, resident inside the United States, or are they all elsewhere?
Yeah, that's another great question. USAID funds both domestic NGOs and foreign NGOs. And the thing is if you are a U.S. NGO, you don't receive the same kind of vetting as a foreign NGO receives, because they trust that American nonprofits represent our values and aren't going to be extremists and radicals. But yeah, you have both sides here, and often what happens is you give the money to a U.S. NGO and it goes over to Gaza, and it subgrants the money over to radical groups that are directly connected to Hamas, that work with their institutions, that work with Hamas government ministers, with the Islamic University of Gaza, for instance, and don't try to hide those relationships at all. But since they are sub-grantees, they don't get the kind of look that the prime grantees receive from vetters, and they get this money, and it goes right through and directly to Hamas.